Hello everybody, my name is Ultimo1125. Welcome to my story. If you guys have read the title of the story is called My Roommate is My Nemesis. It's a story that I've been working on. I've actually been having anxiety attacks of actually doing another recording of the story because of the last one. But I'm not gonna go too much into the specifics. I'm just gonna get to the narration of the story. So, hope you guys all enjoy. If you guys do want to know what the description of this whole story is going to be about, it's going to be in the description below and also in the playlist. So let's do this. Under the clear blue sky with the city, citizens walk down the streets. Some standing around window shopping, and others enjoying the weather with friends or family. While things stay calm for everyone, police cars races down the streets with full speed and with their sirens blaring as they pass by. At the end of the destination where the cops race towards, they meet up with other officers all surrounding a building. Surrounded by the police is a bank, and at the front door of the bank is a man wearing black clothes and a ski mask. He holds onto a blonde woman wearing a uniform while pointing a gun at her head with his other hand. His hand shaking in panic as he sees no way for him to escape, suddenly seeing a man approaching him through the crowd holding a megaphone. "Everyone stay where you are, or this woman is dead!" the man yells. "Calm down. You don't want to make your situation any worse as it is," a man speaks through a megaphone. "Fuck off! You don't make the demands. I am, and I want his unlocatable plane out of the city!" the man yells out, dragging the woman back towards the building. Hearing the man demanding a plane, the negotiator pauses in confusion, unsure what the man was after. "I wanted to work with you, but what you just asked for may be difficult for us to do," the negotiator says. "Shut it! I don't give a shit! I want a plane out of here, or everyone in this building is dead, starting with this woman!" he yells out. The woman drags the man forward as she screams out for help while the man struggles, hitting the woman in the head, holding her up as she passes out. The negotiator raises his hand, telling everyone to lower their weapon a bit as he tries to figure something out. "Please calm down," the negotiator says. The demand that you are asking for is impossible for us to get, but if I can get you a helicopter, that'll be all." "No! If you can't get my demands, then you can kiss your career goodbye!" he shouts. As everyone's attention focuses on the scene, a single person wearing a mask to cover his face walks through the crowd. The man wears a bright color sweatshirt with a hoodie covering his blonde hair. Everyone notices the man walking through, quickly making a path for him to get through. It's you," the man says, his eyes widening seeing the man approaching. The masked man walks around every police officer, making it to the negotiator, seeing everyone's focus on the man at the bank. "Why are you here?" the man screams. "It's because there's someone in trouble, and I can't ignore when someone's life may be in danger," he announces. Hearing the masked man, the man quickly shakes the woman while firing a shot above him, waking the woman. "It doesn't matter if you're here to rescue these people. I'm the only one still in control, and my demand still hasn't been met!" he yells over the woman's cry for help. The masked man stares directly at the man, who's shaking in cold sweat, unsure what his demands really meant. Unable to understand the motive from the man, the masked man grabs the negotiator, dragging him into the crowd. "I'm glad you're here, Light," the negotiator says. "Yeah," Light says, peeking back at the man. "Has anything gone awry before I showed up?" "No. We got the reports of someone robbing the bank from a patrol car, and thankfully they managed to stop him from escaping, but he has a hostage and more inside. Our snipers can't get a clean shot at him because he hasn't left a scaffolding for them. And we still do not know if there's more working with him. The negotiator replies. I see. Light says, feeling something he couldn't shake away. Something wrong? The negotiator asks. Light continues looking at the man who's been standing with the hostages, constantly keeping his eyes on everyone around him. As he stares at him, he notices the man's expression of someone who's not stressing about the people in front of him, but someone behind him. A chill breeze blows down Light's back as a bad omen starts filling the air. I have a bad feeling about this, Light says. The negotiator suddenly feels the omen around him as he notices Light's eyes shining. Are you thinking of what I'm thinking of right now? It's too soon to assume, but there might be some kind of connection, Light said, going back to the man. Right, if that's the case, then I'll call for more backup, especially with him in mind, the negotiator says, talking into his walkie. Light returns and the man points his gun at Light, but immediately places it back at the woman. Don't you dare think about doing anything, the man yells. I'm not thinking of doing anything other than wanting to talk to you, Light says. No, I'm done talking, the man looks around again. I want my plane out of here now! But why? Light asks. Why a plane? Why not a helicopter if you really need to get out of here? The man frantically looking around him, seeing more cops arriving to the scene. You don't need to know the answer! The man yells out, dragging the woman back to the building. Please, someone, save me! The woman screams out. The woman tries to free herself from the man's grip, but fails to get away, making the man hit her again. A small strip of blood runs down the woman's head as the cops in view quickly aims their gun at the man. Don't fire! He still has a hostage! The negotiator yells out, waving his arms around. The cop stops, aiming at the man as he keeps the woman from falling over. I thought I told you to shut up! The criminal shouts, shoving the gun on the woman's cheek. Calm down. You're not thinking straight right now. Light calls out, stepping forward. Stay away! The man screams, choking the woman in his arm. Alright. Light steps back. But I'm serious. You need to calm down. You're demanding something that can't be made at this location. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if what happens to anybody as long as I get out of the city. The man continues to scream. Light trying to figure out the man's motives. A small path of electricity runs around him as his arm starts stretching out a little bit. If something is bothering you, or if you yourself are in trouble, then let me help you, Light says. No! There's nothing you can do to help me. No one can! The man says, holding the hostage holster. How would you know that, if you haven't even let me try? Light says, trying to slowly approach him. Stay the fuck away! The man yells out, shooting a bullet right past Light. The bullet hits a cop car behind Light as he stood there unfazed by the bullet just passing his head. I can't do that, Light replies, stopping. Not when I know someone is desperately in need of help. I don't need your help! I just need my plane! The man says. Light takes a deep breath, feeling his heartbeat beating faster as he loses the feeling in his legs for a moment. Is he somehow involved in all this? Light asks. The man fell silent as his entire body begins to shake, and sweat starts pouring down his face while a small tear builds up in his eyes. He is, isn't he? Light asks, seeing the man's skin turning pale. The man finds it strength to keep himself up and holding the woman, clearing his throat. And? What are you gonna do about that? The man asks. Light feels everyone's stare behind him, feeling that everyone already knows who they are talking about. I will do everything I can in order to protect you from him. I won't let him get to you, and even if he does, he'll have to kill me first before getting to you, Light says. The man goes silent again, before chuckling gradually, laughing out loud at Light as his eyes widen in disbelief and lost of hope. You can't protect me from him. No one can, the man says as tears start running down his mask. I know that Don't try to do something that is out of your league. Just give up, the man interrupts Light. Light goes silent as the man lifts the mask over his head due to his tears soaking into his mask. I'm done. There's nothing I could do to escape him, is there? The man says, bringing his gun down. Everyone in the area watches silently as they see Light standing there, staring back at the man. No matter where I go, you'll still find me. No matter what I do, you'll still kill me, the man says, looking down at his gun. But that doesn't mean you should lose hope, Light says. Light reaches out his hand over to the man, seeing his eyes not convinced by what he said. You're still alive, aren't you? Light asks. The man looks over to Light as he takes the hoodie off, revealing more of his blonde hair. Then don't give up until the end. I won't for you, and you shouldn't, Light says, reaching his hand out to him. The man hesitates as he sees Light waiting for him to answer. As he stood silently, the doors behind him open. Exiting the bank, a man wearing what appears to be a black full tracksuit, but looked as if it were made out of a special metal that could be folded up to look like fabric. With a helmet that covers his entire head to prevent anyone from seeing who he really is, he reaches over to the omen while aiming a gun at the man's head. Light, seeing the scenario, tries to call out but was immediately muffled by the echo sound of the gun. The man falls down the stairs, leaving a trail of blood along the way, stopping at Light's feet. Light's hair slowly spikes up as electricity starts surging around him as he struggles to contain his rage. Reaper! Light grinds his teeth as he looks at him. Reaper, ignoring Light, looks around, seeing all the officers holding their position while the SWAT team arrives. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll apologize for the inconvenience this has brought you all. Reaper's voice altered as it echoes out into the crowd. Inconvenience? The negotiator mumbles, staring at Reaper, looking into the crowd. But don't worry, I've already resolved the problem for you, and with that problem eliminated, I shall take my leave, if you don't mind. Reaper said, reaching into his pocket. Light steps forward, pointing at Reaper, catching his attention. You really think we are going to let you go free after everything you've done? Light says. Reaper takes out a trigger-like device, showing it next to the woman. The negotiator, seeing the device revealed, quickly recognized what was about to happen. Which is why I always come prepared, Reaper said. He didn't, the negotiator said. So with the assumption that everyone here understands what's going on, Reaper continues looking out, seeing everyone hesitating to make a move. Which is it going to be? The people you guys all need to protect? Or my captor? Light, staring back, readies himself to charge at him as the electricity around him grows stronger. And considering the last time someone tried to be a hero, I hope you learn from that mistake and will reconsider the consequences of trying to take actions now, Reaper announces. The officers around Light rushes over to him, grabbing onto him, ignoring the shock that they get from his electricity. Looking down at them, he sees the officers fighting the pain as they try their best to hold him back. So, what's your answer? Reaper asks. Damn it! Light mumbles, not wanting to hurt the officers. The negotiator tries to contact the snipers in place, hoping one of them will make the shot, but received no answers from them. Thinking the worst, he raises his hand, signaling everyone to stand down and let him through. Every cops and SWATs lower their weapons, making a path for Reaper to walk through along with the woman in his hand. Heading down, Reaper walks by Light as the officers feel him trying to rush at him. Let the woman go at least. The negotiator grabs onto his shoulder. Later, Reaper says, brushing his hand off, "I need to make sure I don't get followed." Reaper points up to the helicopter and the negotiator nods his head, telling them through his walkie to retreat. From fear, the civilians who are watching the event quickly move out of the way, watching him pass, some recording him walking by with their phones. After Reaper disappears out from the crowd, the officers let Light go, stepping back as they see him silently standing. The negotiator approaches him, slowly seeing the electricity disappearing. "I'm sorry, we had to let him go," the negotiator says, suddenly seeing him looking over to him. "You don't need to explain to me. I already know what would have happened if any of us tried to do anything," Light says, preparing to chase after him. The negotiator places his hand on his shoulder. "Don't. You might kill that woman if you go after him." Just as the negotiator says that, a phone starts ringing nearby them. Looking around, they hear the phone coming from the man Reaper shot earlier. Without hesitation, Light checks the man, finding the phone being called by a random phone number. Unsure who it would be, Light answers the phone. "From the time it took you to answer, I can assume it's the self-proclaimed hero, Light," Reaper's altered voice calls out from the phone. "I'm not self-proclaimed. I am a hero, and I will stop you and end all this chaos you're causing," Light says. Hearing Reaper's altered voice sighing through the phone, Light hears the woman calling out for help. "Let the woman go! You already took somebody's life! Is taking another really that necessary for you?" Light asks. Light hears the woman being tossed aside as she bumps into something metallic and hollow. "What I do shouldn't be of any concern to you," Reaper says. "Well, it is," Light says. Hearing more through the phone, Light hears the woman screaming in fear, followed by Reaper slamming something to the same metallic hollow noise. "What was that? What did you do?" Light asks. "Like I said, you should be more concerned of why I am calling you instead of trying something you are not capable of doing," Reaper says. "What are you talking about?" Light asks, seeing the negotiator trying to overhear the conversation. As they focus on the phone, an officer points over to the door as a person crawls out from the open doors as he tries to tell everyone something. "The trigger that I have was to detonate the bombs I planted, but," Reaper says as their attention slowly shifts over to the officers calling out to them, "it wasn't to stop the timer." The negotiator quickly shouts to everyone in the area as Light activates his electricity in his body. 15 people, 5 guards, and 4 employees before the bombs inside detonates. Reaper says through the phone before Light drops it to the ground. Taking a deep breath, Light lets out the electricity from his body, feeling his body twitching for each shot. With the electricity running around his body, Light dashes towards the building, leaving a small trail of electricity behind him. The negotiator sees Light running inside and quickly orders the cops to evacuate everyone out of the area. Inside, Light sees a group of people held together by rope and silenced with duct tape. He unties everyone from each other, managing to carry 5 people at once. The ones freed from the group follows behind, making it outside as Light passes by them to locate the others. The negotiator checks the time, seeing 2 minutes already passing, with Light only managing to escort half the people inside out already. Hearing the remaining people inside screaming for help, Light increases the electricity, feeling his body tensing more, but at the same time feeling more lighter than before. Searching inside, Light opens each room until he finds another group and carries another 5 outside, only to return to get the rest to carry outside. Finding stairs, Light finds the 4 remaining people tied close to the bomb that Reaper left, seeing time almost reaching 0. Holding his breath, Light grabs all 4, feeling a bit guilty knowing that they are about to get shocked from his ability, but knew if he didn't, they will die. Just as he was about to increase the electricity throughout his body, he feels his body crumbling on top of each other, feeling as if his bones were about to break from the muscle tension alone. Fighting back the pain, Light increases his electricity, feeling nothing more than air, and focuses on where he needed to go. Running with everything he has, he sees the door in front of him as the bomb explodes behind him. "Everyone, take cover!" Then the negotiator yells out as he ducks for cover. Reaching outside the doors, Light scans the area, finding some cops behind cars, quickly throwing the 2 in his arms over to them. The bank explodes and the force from it pushes Light and the 2 with him. Before crashing onto the ground, Light quickly holds onto the 2 with him and uses his own body to protect them from the impact. Sliding across the ground and hitting into the car, Light feels his back exposed to the ground. Able to hear the 2 hyperventilating, Light keeps himself awake and pushes himself back up, feeling his body aching. And I am gonna end this part here for you guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed this part. It has been... It's gonna be an interesting story. I'm gonna let you guys know that. It's gonna be an interesting story. I am gonna work hard and keep editing and keep progressing through the story. So just so you guys are... Just so hopefully you guys find this all interesting, or at least like very good to listen to or want to read, whichever one you guys want to. So how I'm going to end this video is I'm going to give you guys a little preview on part 2, which I'm planning to release 2 weeks from when I upload this video. So at least every month I'm going to try to upload at least 2. I'm going to try to do at least 2 parts. We'll see how it goes. If I get too busy, then I got too busy. If I don't, and I have enough time to be able to work on my story and get that recorded and edited, then sweet. But anyway, here's a preview. Part 2, we are going to be seeing the hero side of his problems. So we are going to continue following the hero Light, and we're going to see the aftermath of the event. So hope you guys all are looking forward to that. And until then, I'll see you guys all when I see ya. Thank you guys for watching.